Hi, I'm Angela Palmer from Stamp with Angela. I'm an independent stamping art demonstrator based in Auckland, New Zealand, and I love sharing card making ideas to help others have confidence with their card making. So today I'm going to share some ideas to help you use some of your designer series paper or pattern paper as it's called, and give you some ideas on some quick and simple ways to make cards. Now, I love making cards that are quite involved in different layers and stamping and that kind of thing, but sometimes we need some quick and easy cards, and sometimes, you know, the paper is quite stunning anyway. Why spoil it? Let's just make it, you know, make the most of it and use that paper that we have. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. All right, let's go to my crafties table here, just checking that everyone can hear. So thank you to those that are joining me, really appreciate it. Let's see if we can kind of line things up so it's not all wonky. Don't like the wonkiness. Okay, so this is our current Stamping Up catalog, and some of the suites have different papers and things in them, and there is a place within the book where you can see some of the different ranges of papers. So some very cool papers, and you've seen me use some of them in the past, like this one, and today I'm going to show some examples in the Valley of the Bloom and also some in the Moonlight Flora. I've enjoyed using this lot. So you can see lots of designer series paper that is in our current catalogue, so that's on page 63 onwards, plus there are some that are new and online exclusives, and that's one that I'm going to use today. So what I want to do is go back to some of the basics. Now, I know some of you that are watching are experienced card makers and have done this for a while, but some people are kind of starting out. So I thought I'd just show you how you can make a quick, easy card, and then even the cutting aspects of it as well. So let me show you what I've made, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll make a set together as well. So what I started off first was the Moonlit Flora paper, which is from this suite here, which is amazing and wonderful for New Zealand because of the ferns and the koru and all that kind of thing. It's perfect for us. Now, this has been popular. The papers and the other products come and go because they are popular. So if you're into this kind of thing, grab it while you can. And there is a designer series paper sale at the moment. I haven't checked, sorry, if this one is in it or not, but some of them are. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. Okay, so if someone was starting out, this is what I have done. So I've chosen an accent color to go with the paper, and that is my card base, and then I've just stamped a very simple thanks. So basically, I just need cardstock, some ink, a trimmer. Trimmers are important for these basics, and away I go. And then inside, I've used an extra bit of designer series paper and put it together. Now, for me, that is very simple, and I would like to do more. But if you're starting out, this is a great way. Look at that paper. Isn't it stunning? It looks good. So I probably would like to step it up a bit more with some embellishments and ribbon or twine or something like that. So this is very similar. But you can see that I have used some linen thread and some embellishments. And I actually brought in a punch. And I'm just hoping that I have brought the punch into the room. Otherwise, I'm going to have to race next door and grab it. So the punch here. So you could keep to this kind of thing, or we can add in a punch. Now, the next card, so basically it's kind of stepping it up into the third one. Again, the designer series paper is the focus. And if you've heard people say DSP, what is DSP? DSP is designer series paper, and that's kind of the Stamping Up word for what we call our pattern paper, and it's usually double-sided as well. So this is kind of the third one. So I've added an extra layer. I've gone for Secret Sea. I could have possibly used more greens, but that's what was handy. And then I've gone for, this is one of the in colors, and it has gone from my Golden Glow, and that's kind of the accent color here. So an extra layer, still punched. I've added a ribbon to it and some embellishments. All right. So what I realized was, oh, it is on sale. Thank you, Sheila. Appreciate that. So if you like this, grab it. It is on sale. Awesome. So you can kind of see just the progression of keeping it very simple, adding some embellishments and a punch, or you could embellishments with no punch. And then this is the punch embellishments, but extra layers. And again, did I do inside? Yes. I don't think I did. No, I didn't do the inside of that one, but I've done the inside of this one. Okay. I'm going to show you, so what I'm going to do is we're going to make another set of cards, and usually I prep everything, but this time I haven't, so you can kind of see the process of what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you another set of cards after. So we have the trimmer here, and I have some paper. This is from the online exclusives, and I don't think this particular one is part of the sale. It is the Violet Dreams. So I have used some of the sheets, so I haven't got it all left. So I'm kind of deciding as we go what we're going to do. This pack's quite good because it's got these die cuts in it as well. We did a card for the weekend away where I used those, which was quite cool. So let's see what's here. I've got this design. I've got these. I think what we might do is go for this one. The other one I have is, where's it gone? Oh, this one, but I've only got two, and I kind of want to make a set of three because I've used lots of this paper. So we might just go for this one, and I will make three, and then it'll be a full set, and I'm going to step it up each time. So then I brought some colors, and then I'm going to sort of mix and match and decide what I want. So we've got some Secret Sea, but there's already quite a lot of that in there. I've got some Highland Heather, and I've got some Fresh Freesia. I believe those are the colors that kind of coordinate with it. So I think let's start off easy. Question number one. So do you think my main base should be Fresh Freesia or Highland Heather? Okay, so while we're deciding, I'm going to cut this one. So this one needs to be 10 centimeters by, I'm working in centimeters, 14.3. All right, so just trim that off a bit and remove that. That's probably going to be a little bit too skinny for inside, but that's okay. We'll use some other bits. So 14.31, and my third one will be slightly different because it's more layers. But we're going to save this. Okay, we need that. All right. All right, muted for a second because I had to cough. Any comments? What do you reckon? I'll do one of each and you can tell me what you think. Now, often I will score before I cut, then you get 2 card bases and it's score ready to go. So I'm scoring an A4 piece in half at 10.5. So this is the Highland Heather, and then I'm going to cut it. And I will do a Fresh Freesia as well, and then you can decide what you like. Or we could do one of each just to keep things interesting. Excuse my arm. So scoring it in half at 10.5. So I know some of you watch are more experienced and you like your layers and things, but it's kind of nice to go back to the basics. And sometimes you need some quick, easy cards. All right, we crease that with our bone folder, which is not currently here. So let's have a look at what you like. Okay, so this is what it would be like if it was with Highland Heather. And this is what it would be like if it was with Fresh Freesia. Any thoughts? What do you like, the lighter or the slightly darker? Highland Heather, says Sheila. This one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, if basically we are using that design for the main part of our card, I'm going to get my glue. Hello to others that have joined us. It's great to have some more of you joining us. Awesome. So for those that have just come in, I'm using Designer Series paper as the focal point of my card, and I'm just trying to make some quick, easy cards. Now this one's going to have no embellishments, no ribbon, just nice and simple. All right, so we're going to stick that down. Now, when I did this first card, I used the ink that's the same color as the cardstock, but I thought for someone starting out, they may not, and you may just have to go with black because that color will kind of go with everything. So we might look at that too, and I'm just going to see if I can grab a Highland Heather piece of scrap so that I don't waste a full sheet. And my paper is right next to me on my filing cabinet where I keep it. And oh yes, I've got lots of scrap, so that's not a problem. Okay, well that one looks slightly different shading. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a nice little bit, and about that, I don't know what, just under slightly less than 2 centimeters. And we are going to stamp, and I will do black. Did I bring the Stampin'? That is the question. I've got a nice pile of things here. Got some. I put it all in here. All right. So we're going to stamp it in black. I've got some more cards to show you afterwards. Okay, I am going to quickly grab the punch and the sentiment. So have a think. Yes, fresh freesia layer for the second card. Yep. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to grab the stamp. All right, I'm back, but just realized it is next to me. I put it on the floor, so I'm just going to grab it. It is already in here. Okay, so here is our thanks and our punch. Okay. So it's not on very straight. There we go. So I have kept it black just in case one didn't have lots of colors, but if you did, you could make it match. So I'm going to angle it slightly, might trim it a little bit shorter. Now to me, this is very simple, but everyone's got to start somewhere. Okay, so many of you too, it might be, but it still looks quite stunning because the paper is doing most of the work. And if you don't have any punches, this is what you can do. And if you really wanted to, you could still add a bit of bling. Then we are going to get some white cardstock, and I'll cut a few while I'm here. And that is thick. We don't want thick. We want, here we go. So we are going to cut again, 14.3 by 10. So like I said, often it's all prepared, but I thought why not show you the cutting. Oh, that is 10. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is put that at the bottom. I might, it's quite too wide. No, we need to see the design. Let's just go with it. And we'll find something else for the inside. There we go. I stick it first because if it does hang over, it's easier to trim. And then we'll put that on the inside. All right, very basic. Let's step it up. Now, I'm not actually going to have 2 layers for the second card. So that's the first card. Very, very simple. But you could do this with an extra layer. So this time we're just going to add punched and some ribbon and that kind of stuff. Now, I chose linen thread because linen thread is something that would go with a lot of designs. But this suite has actually got some really nice ribbon, okay, which is fresh freesia actually. So maybe our second one could go fresh freesia, and then it will tie in nicely with the ribbon. Okay, where is the second piece? So you can see the making process of all that's involved with these cards, and that they're reasonably quick and easy to make. All right. I've lost the second one that I've cut out. It's got that on the back. I'll find it shortly. Okay, we're going to just cut another one because we need one for the third card anyway. All right. It's upside down, but that's okay. Okay. And 14.3. So this time I will try fresh freesia, but we're not going to go for the layers. We're just going to do that. What we're going to do though is, for this card, I did this. We're going to put some ribbon across. Now, if I put it on the paper, it might pull it. So I'm actually going to reinforce it just a little bit. So let me show you what I'm going to do. And I've never done this before, but I just thought of it today. Actually, it's ribbon. Well, you could do this in particular with the twine if you're wrapping it around, but even with the ribbon. So I'm just going to put that there. This might look strange, but you'll see. Probably doesn't need to go that high, but you'll see what I mean. So it doesn't pull on the paper. Okay, we're going to get our ribbon, and I'm going to go across. Oops, it's not sticking too well. Let's try again. There we go. So just on the edge so it's not going to pull it. You're thinking, what am I doing? Then we want some tape. I don't know if this is going to work. This is not having something behind the circle, but we'll see how it looks. Okay. Ribbon, scissors. Okay, then we're going to put it, thankfully did it the right way, onto our card, like so. And so the reason I put that cardboard there was so that the ribbon doesn't pull and rip the paper. Then I'm going to get this in. Now there's actually a tiny bit of ink there, but if I tie my bow, we're good. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to hold it and tie it, so hopefully it's not too short. So you could do a bow, you could do a knot. Definitely do a bow if it's linen thread, but I'm going to try a bow because this isn't too thick. We'll see how it looks. Okay, this particular paper, this particular design, I haven't tried, so we'll see. I don't know exactly how it's going to look. Often I won't do a bow, I'll do just a knot, but we're going to try a bow. It might be too much, we don't know. Then I'm going to get my scrap piece and the punch. And ideally, it would be probably quite nice in fresh freesia, but like I say, if you don't have fresh freesia, actually Secret Sea would be good because of the paper, but that isn't here. We'll go with black, but Secret Sea would be even better. I might do another one later and then put that there like so. So it is very simple. Okay, these cards are very simple. The idea is show the paper. That's our focus. Show off the paper. My favorite is the third way, but if you're starting off, it's a great way to make some cards. And yeah, I do. I possibly would have liked to have done thanks a bit lower as well, and then I could put some embellishments above. Let's do another one and just see. I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, Secret Sea would definitely be a good colour to do. A bit lower. And I like a dimensional above and below so that it sits either side of the ribbon, and then because if it was on the ribbon it might move around. Let's take these off. My favorite is the third, and then you could add some embellishments again if you're starting out, keeping it neutral. So I'm going to use these, but if you've got coordinating ones, great. And I had coffee and cards this morning, so a lot of my stuff is still in the bag, so I'm going to have to use scissors. Use this rather than... I love my Take Your Pick tool, but it's not unpacked yet. All right, come here. Uh-oh. There it is. And one of these. So at the moment, tell me, what is your favorite paper? There we go. Well, I'm glad Sheila likes the tip. Maybe that was the tip for reinforcing the sides. I'm not sure. All right. Just reading through some of the comments and things. I see Sheila was saying the floor is an extension of her desk. Yeah, well, I had to bring everything out, so I put some things on the floor. Oh, Felicity, I'm sorry to hear that you're unwell. That's not good. You're meant to be going on a plane and going to a crafting weekend. That's a shame. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I have heard of people being, unwell recently, which is a shame. It's hard when you miss out on things, but you've got to look after yourself. All right, so for our last card, we are going to add that extra layer. So this is the kind of card I like to make. So we're going to use our fresh freesia. That's going to be too short. Let's use this. And we'll use one for the inside as well. So I'm going to cut these the same size we cut the paper before, 14.3 by 10. And I need one for the inside. Oh, we didn't do the inside of the other card, did we? And we need to cut this piece of paper down, but don't worry, that's where we're going to get our extra bits for the card. So we're going to cut it to, I'll have that at the bottom, 13.8. And then we will cut this at 9.5. So we could have a long, thin piece, and I'm going to do this in half so we can put this inside two cards. There we go. All right, let's layer up. So what do you think of that bow? See, even just by adding that bow in, that, looks really effective. Let's put this together. And we're going to go for you could do Highland Heather or Secret Sea card base. So we'll see what we want. That ribbon is very nice. So on this card, I put ribbon behind, which, is an option. I'm going to try two things and see what we like. I'm actually going to stamp first. Stamp punch. That would be novel, wouldn't it? And we can just place our thanks about there. And with my scrap of Highland Heather, I'm going to do another one. So you can kind of stagger them like that. We've got the two colours. So this is what it would look like on a Highland Heather base, which actually looks really nice. This is what it would look like on a Secret Sea. I think that'd be probably maybe a bit too much of the dark. It looks quite effective too. What do you reckon? On the Secret Sea or on the Highland Heather? And then we have the question of, maybe I could do two of this third one. Do we put Kind of working out how much ribbon behind. It might be too similar. That's the wrong scissors. Or do we have it going across the back again? Yes, you're right, Sheila. There are lots of bugs going around, which is very frustrating. Okay, so we could sort of do that, but I'd angle a bit more. Or we could have it going across like that. So how about, because I've got paper, we could make 2 variations, but I don't want to be too long. All right, so like I say, they're very quick and easy cards, but why not make the most of the designer series paper? Don't make it hard for yourself. And yeah, let the paper shine, because the paper looks awesome. You could try some of these cards with some of the papers you've got. I'd love to see what you create. But sometimes you just need, you know, some ideas and some inspiration. So this one I'm going to put on the back of here. If this, what's it called, seal isn't working, then just help it along. So we're going to bend that in half and put that here. Have I stuck that down? Yeah. Like so, and then add some embellishments. So we need to put that on with dimensionals. Dimensionals, here they are, upside down. I highlight mine, then you can see them. Well, you can if they're not upside down. I'm going to put 3 on here. So do you like the idea, stepping it up from one layer to just a simple sentiment to adding a punch, that kind of thing? So if you're wondering what size punch this is, I've used the 1 3/4 inch, and the stamp set I've used, because I need lots of thank you cards, is the Simply Said, which I think is retiring or has retired. But I'm sure you've got sentiments that you like to use that you can use as well. Obviously for this one it can't be a long one because of, well, if you use a circle punch. So rhinestones are good for, you know, they could go with any project color wise. So we need to finish the inside. Now with this one we need to cut it down for an extra layer. Oh, here's one over here. No, that's not it. Let's just see. It's not going to fit. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this. I should probably do it with you so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to have the extra layer inside so it matches the front. So I'm cutting this down to 9.5 by 13.8 like we did the DSP. We're going to put it onto here, but we're going to put one of these on first. Up the right way is good too. Secret C. I can't remember what question that was. Maybe I'll do another card and I'll do Secret C and I'll do the ribbon, but maybe after this. Whoops. All right. Trim. But can you see how many cards have I just made? 3 fairly quickly, and I've got another set to show you as well. And no, the only stamping we've done is the sentiment, and we've still even been able to put something inside our card. And what you could do, which I haven't really done, is put some designer series paper on the flap of the envelope, which would be quite nice. So there you go. So that's that. I do like 2 layers. I just feel that really steps it up. That's me. Yes, you could color them with your blends. So I'm trying to think, if you were back to the basics and you didn't have a lot, then you could just get some designer series paper, some cardstock. You could have a punch. You could have some rhinestones. If you had a particular suite, then you could get, like, you know, some matching ribbon, like if you made a heap of cards in this. Or if you want to have something neutral for something else, then you could get some designer, some linen thread, and then you could make, you know, a whole lot of cards. And I guess if you had a particular suite and a color, then you might decide, okay, I'm going to get the Highland Heather, you know, ink or something like that to coordinate. Obviously, having a trimmer with all this helps as well. But what Joanne's saying is you can color them with blends. And what do you know? I just happen to have some blends here. This is the dark fresh freesia. This is the light. So let me just show you. I would color on here. And it's not going to give a lot of color, but it will need to be careful with that tip. It's just sort of adding, yeah, you can see the difference. I think the thicker end, just want to be careful not to damage it. It's ever so subtle, but it does add a bit of color to it. So let that dry. So can you see the difference? That is a very good idea. If you happen to have, you know, a particular color that you like and you want the blends, then you can color the rhinestones with that. Was that the light one? That is the light one. The bigger ones are easier to color than the other, but it just, you can definitely see a difference in color, can't you? That's got a bit of the, you know, purple in it, where the other ones are plain. So that would be quite nice. So I don't want to spend too much of your time, so I'll have a go at making that with a Secret Sea card base, and I'll add these, and I'll share a photo later. But I'm going to quickly show you another set of cards that I have made. Same idea. Don't get ink on my ribbon. And this is the Valley in Bloom, and I've done it landscape. So number one is like this. Just move these out the picture. All right, so the designer series paper is doing all the talking here, and we've just added a little thanks. All right, so that's card number one. Stepping it up a little bit, this is where I have added some linen thread, my circle punch, and some of the rhinestones. So that's number two. And then for three, my layers, I've added garden green, the linen thread, again, because I didn't have a ribbon that kind of worked, so that's why the linen thread works. And I've added that extra layer, and then I've put that inside as well. So this is garden green and granny apple green. So there you go. So can you see how you can step it up? So let me just show you those things. So very simple. Add a bit of punched and linen thread and rhinestones, and then this one's basically the same but an extra layer. The first card I showed you, there you go, very basic. Adding the, wrong order, adding the punch and the embellishments and some linen thread. This one I added the ribbon as well, and then today's one, keeping it simple with just the paper, then stepping it up with a ribbon and a circle punch, and let's move it up a bit, and then the layers and things. So yeah, some quick and easy cards and showing off that wonderful designer series paper. So on that note, we have a sale of selected designer series paper. Now I've printed that off. I think that particular one is out of stock now, but there is a whole range. Check it out, see what's on sale. If you're local and you want to place an order, but you're not spending a lot and you don't want a big $10.95 for shipping, tonight I'll be closing it. I'm doing a group order. So it can, either you can process it and I give you a group code, you add it in yourself and it gets shipped to me, you pick it up from me, or send me your order and I'll put it in for you under your name. Or you can obviously do an order yourself. And the other thing I want to let you know about is Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin, what is that? So it is a wonderful kit in a box that comes like this. This is all very messy because I've done lots of things. It comes with an ink spot, a stamp set. It comes with instructions. Oh, this is a different one than I thought. Oh, this is a different kit. Did I bring the other one in? Yes, I did. It's here. It comes with instructions. Oh, look, another card. So it shows you, what the cards are like, what you need to make them, how to make them. I've done, I did this last week, and I've done some reels on the different cards that are part of the kit, so check that out. And this particular kit had easel cards like this with lots of die cut flowers and things. Yeah, So you get everything in your box, from your card bases. Oh, is that the third one? No, that's the same one again. To all the die cuts, the stickers. I still need to make a few more. But it's all in a box ready to go. So you can, for the weekend, I just grabbed the box, took it away with me, and I was able to make a couple of the cards while I was there. So it's great, nice and easy. Now, we don't know what all the cards are, but you get a sneak peek. And this is a sneak peek for the August one. It's got a bit squished. So, kindred greetings, nice texture in that to it as well. If you've never subscribed before and you subscribe this time, you get 25% off. And so usually $56 including shipping. It'll only be $42 for when you subscribe for the first time, and then it's each month. But if there's a kit you're not sure of, or you're away or something, you can put it on hold for a month. So lots of opportunities. So if you want the kit, it's not like you buy it and order it. You do need to subscribe, but you can obviously put it on hold or cancel later or whatever if you like. Got any questions, let me know. But that 25% offer, or to buy the kit, this kit, subscribe to the August kit, you need to do by Monday the 10th. So don't miss out. Well, I had fun making these cards. I had fun playing with the designer series paper. So make the most of the sale. I know this paper is not part of the sale because it's online exclusives, but some of these other papers are. So check out the sale. If you want to be part of my group order, let me know by tonight, ideally by 8 p.m. That would be good. Got any questions? Do let me know. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. And I just appreciate each of you. I appreciate those that, come on the lives or watch the lives afterwards in the recordings. That's always good. Appreciate all your support. And if I can help you in any way, do reach out to me. Just seeing if I can change cameras. There we go. Here I am. So thanks so much. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. So thanks for being here. And if you make some cards using designer series paper, take some photos. I'd love to see what you create. So we'll see you again next time. Thanks so much. And see you next week. Oops, it doesn't want to end. Bye.